Two Schweitzer brothers are back in court today in hopes of getting a hold of more evidence in the Dana, Ireland murder investigation. And that includes a taped interview with a new suspect. Our Big Island Bureau Chief, Jeremy Lee, now joins us live outside the Hilo courtroom where they just wrapped up the hearing. Jeremy, what's the latest in court today?
I just had a chance to speak to the Schweitzer brothers over the phone. You're going to hear from them momentarily. Court proceedings have been continued until Monday. Of course, the Schweitzer brothers and the Innocence Project are asking that all materials be released, including the interview taped with the suspect, Albert Lauro Jr., before he killed himself. Now, standing in the way of the release of those materials are lawyers for the county and the police department, arguing that this is an open investigation. In the meantime, I spoke to the Schweitzer brothers about the tumultuous events of the last 2 weeks and how lawyers for the police department and county stand in opposition. You see those lawyers in court just moments ago here in Hilo. The county opposing a motion to have the Schweitzer brothers' innocence proclaimed. Both had charges dropped, of course, with Ian Schweitzer spending over 20 years in prison. And now the big shakeup. On July 19th, the Hawaii Police Department administered a court-ordered DNA test to Puna fisherman Albert Lauro Jr. after they had interviewed him. And it was expected to match the 1991 crime scene. Why? Because a discarded fork from his plate lunch had already been a match. Now, Innocence Project and the falsely accused Schweitzer brothers want that taped interview and all other surveillance released, as Lauro was allowed to walk after the interview and then killed himself. The Schweitzer brothers crediting the Innocence Project with essentially solving this case.
Shout out to New York Innocence Project, Hawaii Innocence Project, many lawyers on our team. You know, when Jeremy, let me tell you, when I was sitting in prison with a lot of faith and a lot of hope, you know, the fastest scenario for me to get out of prison was to solve the crime, solve the case, solve the real killer and rapist. It's a tremendous injustice to Dana, you know, because she is the ultimate victim, and you know our team gave them the fucking solve the crime, and you know for Dana, and they just treated it like it was nothing. So it's frustrating. It's, you know.
What do you think they should do?
Common sense wise, they should do the right thing.
And the Schweitzers say that would mean releasing everything, that would be the right thing, including proclaiming their innocence. Now, the Innocence Project has filed for that Albert Lauro Jr. interview from July 19th, 4 days before he killed himself, as well as surveillance of Lauro, both before and after the July 19th interview. The Innocence Project is asking all of it come to light. They maintain it has been years of false information, including false stories that the Schweitzer brothers somehow knew Frank Pauline, who died in prison. He later recanted his testimony. Now, ultimately, what is next? We'll expect a lot of back and forth when it comes to the county corporation counsel and the lawyers for the police department, again, trying to quash the release of this information. A lot of eyes are going to be, looking towards whether that tape is going to be released. They are going to meet again next week here in court to discuss that. Many people feeling that that tape holds answers. Reporting live from Hilo, Jeremy Lee, Island News.
Thank you so much, Jeremy. Stay with Island News as we continue to follow the Ireland murder investigation. We will bring you the latest on the case on air, online, and across all social media. You can also download our free news app for breaking alerts sent straight to your mobile device.